How are all you lovely people doing today? My name is John and welcome to the next episode in a little series I'd like to call the Zombie Storyline Q&A. In this series, I take your questions about the zombie storyline and I answer them. Whether it be a big, small, simple, or complex question, I am more than happy to answer it. Although it is imperative that you guys leave questions, otherwise this series cannot work. So if you have even the simplest question, feel free to ask it. You may see yourself in the next episode. I implore you to do so. Without further ado, let's begin. The first question comes from Anthony McCormick, who asks, if there were aliens and zombies, how would they fit into the storyline? There already are aliens in the zombie storyline. These are not your traditional aliens like Extinction, though. These are interdimensional aliens known as the Vril-ya. The Vril are a race of highly intelligent beings. They reside in Argatha, a world inside Earth, much like a hollow Earth. Although as aliens, we believe they came from space. Many believe though that Argatha is in another dimension, and that's where things get a little bit complicated. The Vril-ya are the ones who yield the Vril energy. This is a type of energy just as, if not more powerful than Element 115. They went on to create the Vril generator, which is the goldenrod we see in Call of the Dead, the 3 staves from Origins, and the 3 pyramids located in the zombie storyline, these being the one in space, the one on Moon, and the one in Shangri-La. They've also created many more things, although these are just a few samples of their finest work. We've never seen them, and they're only hinted in reference, so very few people know about them, although they do play a very large part in the zombie storyline. The next question comes from Zach Dierks, who asks, does 5 in Black Ops matter to the story? 5 is important to the zombie storyline, although not in the conventional sense. 5 is a map that sets up future events, unlike, say, Moon, that results in the direct progression of the zombie storyline. We could not have Moon without 5, though. After World War II, the United States and the Soviet Union had gained control of Germany. When exploring Nazi facilities, Kindertoten was discovered. This is how the Americans were able to gain Group 935's work like the ray gun, thunder gun, teleporters, and perks. Through reverse engineering, they were able to improve upon their work, creating the Winter Sow, an unfinished thunder gun, and large-scale teleportation. All this research was conducted secretly in the Pentagon. One day during negotiations between JFK, Castro, Nixon, and McNamara, the zombies being tested in the Pentagon took over. Our 4 characters battled for their life only to barely escape. The Pentagon was eventually cleaned up, although the United States needed a better place to conduct research. From then on, Area 51 along with Griffin Station was used to conduct research with Element 115. Without 5, the United States would have had no way to build large-scale teleporters like the ones seen on Moon, and Richthofen would have never been able to reach Moon. So 5 is like a catalyst to the rest of the zombie storyline. It is very important, just not in the traditional sense. The final question this week comes from Mohammed Siraj, who said, who created the space monkeys and the black hole in Ascension? The space monkeys were a project by the Ascension group. Monkeys who had drunk PhD Flopper were launched into space. These monkeys eventually died and Element 115 reanimated their corpses. When the monkeys fell back to Earth, PhD Flopper allowed them to survive the fall, and they became the zombie-fied monkeys that we've come to know and love. The black hole was created by Gersh, and it's his Gersh device. It's essentially a bridge to the Aether. From there, we're going to wrap up this week's episode of the Zombie Storyline Q&A. Remember, if you have any questions about the zombie storyline, I implore you to leave them down below. Without your questions, this series cannot work. Have a fantastic day, please subscribe, and bye.